Yeah, get a
Be
little
be
mileage out of it.
burning and doing content.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott, we're live.
Hey. so we're late. If as everybody probably realizes, part of it is because I woke up this morning in Illinois and I've been in a car for 10 hours.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite thing to do, and I'm looking for a power cord because my phone is almost dead. So that may be another challenge. I got a cord.
Yeah, we're
If I
going to go probably short tonight since we started late. Why not really get half-assed about it and quit
yeah,
early?
why not end early?
Mhm.
Okay. Whoa, watch out, Bella. Anyway, I woke up in Illinois. I was in Illinois on a work trip. That was kind of an impromptu thing. I got a call Friday, and they asked me if I could go. And I am over a group of artists at our Princeton, Illinois plant, and that's kind of a new-ish position for me. That
Mhm.
is to be their supervisor. Well, I'm not their supervisor. I assign them work.
Mhm.
They do have like a day-to-day kind of supervisor.
You are middle management somewhere in there.
Yes. And so Friday afternoon, I got a phone call. Hey, can you go? We had the opportunity for you to go to Illinois. Can you go? And I was like, yeah, I need to go. And so they were like, yeah, they basically they sent a car up and one of the people dropped out that was going.
Hmm.
And so they asked me if I'd be interested in going. I said, sure, why not? And so I had wanted to go, and I told my boss I needed to go up there. And so off I went.
Wow.
Uh, they,
Boy, you
I,
live dangerously. Chicago one
well,
week, New
no,
York, yeah, New York prior.
yeah, no, no, no. I wasn't in Chicago. I was in
Oh, okay.
rural Illinois. I was in a town called Princeton, Illinois, which is about 2 hours from Chicago, if truth be told, but
Much less dangerous. Yeah.
much less dangerous. In fact, when I went to the plant yesterday, someone had left their bicycle against the wall of the plant, just there with the full uh, knowledge and intention that it would be there when they got back, when they left for the day. And apparently that's not a big issue. So
That's pretty
anyway,
cool.
while I was out of town, I don't know what the dog's barking at. When I was out of town, I got two things in the mail. This is the Epic Collection X-Men. It's Volume 5, but it starts off with the new X-Men from '94. It's got '94 to 110, and it's got a couple other things. But anyway, this ends up, yeah.
Is it still burned or not?
No, no, no. It's pre-burn. Well, there
Oh,
burns in a
pre.
little bit towards the end, but most of this is Dave Cockrum.
Okay, okay.
And I've got this stuff in other formats, but I've got this, and I've got the one. So this is 5. This is what I tell Michelle. If I get 5, I got 5, and I got 7. If I get 6, which is coming out, I'll have all kind of the era of X-Men that I read when I was a kid
Uh-huh.
in these. And I was like, you know what? I need to buy those. I need to stop messing around with them and buy them. And so that's what I did. Um, and
Neat.
anyway, that came in, and then I got this in, which was supposed to be in very good condition. I don't think it's in very good condition, but I don't know if it got anymore.
No.
They ship these books in
Yeah.
envelopes.
Yeah.
It's like
Whose fault is it when it arrives
right,
and
but
not the
the
condition?
spine. Look how bad that spine is bent. That annoys me.
Mhm.
Um. Anyway, but it's John Romita, and I got a pretty good deal
All
on
that
it.
jazz.
Yeah. Since he just passed, I feel like this stuff is only going to get more. It's out of print. It's only going to get more expensive. I paid cover price is $24. I think I paid 30 for it,
Hmm.
which you know,
$30 paperback. Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
If you looked at it from a certain era, you'd say, "What? No, no, no. Paperbacks will never be $30." But
no, they are.
yeah, they are.
Some of them are. But anyway, well, and I made the comment to somebody this weekend. We were talking about something, and I said, well, it's only money, and they were kind of like, what? And I said, well, you get more next week. I
Yeah,
said they
it's
give me money every other week. Why would I'll have this book forever, theoretically, at least.
it's
Why would I?
like I titled this thing. It tolls for thee. We're all gonna die. You might as well do what you want to do while you're here.
Absolutely.
Kind of.
Within reason.
Yeah,
I don't advocate mass murder or any murder. Some of that stuff.
Some of that Hitchcock rope stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, you gotta. Everybody's here together. You gotta.
Yeah.
But within whatever your moral compass will allow you, and assuming it's well tuned.
Yeah, we hope for good tuning on moral compasses, but
obviously some people don't have that. I'm gonna wander downstairs and get some coffee.
And the deal is, of course, anybody that doesn't have a moral compass that you can speak of, they think everything they see around that amounts to someone living with a moral compass is a sucker.
Yeah. Oh,
that would be Tony Soprano and them. It'd be like,
oh yeah,
you actually work for a living. We show up on the job site and scare the hell out of everybody and don't do a damn thing and pull a check home. Yeah.
Yep. That's absolutely.
You remember the segment I'm talking about there, the one where that one closeted gay guy was ready to, he was just basically dying for being, he killed because he got caught doing his thing.
Yeah. Yes. I forget the character's name. And
I do too.
I'm on my third watch of that, by the way.
Oh my God. I tell you what, though, as a guy that wants to do storytelling, there's nothing more to jump in and get wet with than the Sopranos regularly in terms of
absolutely
thinking about it, because it's epic, it's tragic, it's
a great American story, man.
Yeah, it's got shock elements all the time and good surprises, and it's good.
It's uneven at some points, but yeah, it's pretty good in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Anyway, so that's kind of what I've done this week. I haven't done much. I've worked. So, like when I clocked in this morning, I had 40 hours, and I worked a 12-hour day today, and I'll probably work another couple hours tomorrow.
Cool.
Like,
well,
yeah.
Cool. Well, I mean, you're staying in touch with it instead of letting it get out of control. That's good.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, you're you have the freedom to disappear and go to New York and all that. There.
Yeah, no. I've put the machine in place. Let's put it that way. That's and I've told my boss that. I've said, my goal is to make myself obsolete.
Yeah.
I want things to run well without me. I don't want my hand on the rudder every day, all day.
In case you want to do some artwork or something, is that?
Yeah. Well, just in
general, funny. Not having to.
I'm going to tell you a funny story. And I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to bring this up. And I don't know who's watching. Not that I care.
Oh, I haven't noticed. Yeah. I mean, does this show seem like anybody cares whether you're watching or not?
Right. Well, I mean, in terms of what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, go ahead.
So recently, I'm gonna use the term someone that works for Marvel Comics that I've been in email contact with.
Uh-huh.
And we've been exchanging, we'll say, industry gossip. It's kind of a weird deal. I'm not going into details how I got in contact with the guy, but I told him something that I had heard, and he asked a couple things, and I originally told the story, and the story I told him was a warning. You need to watch for this. And so he was like, well, who are you talking about? You mind telling me who you're talking? And I told him, I'm talking about this person. He's like, whoa, I can't believe that. And I'm like, and I named some stuff like, think about this, this, and this. And he's like, you know what? That makes perfect sense. So I said, you know what though? Since I've been up front with you, I said, is it okay if I ask you a question? I said, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. And he goes, ask it. And I said, what's the starting rate for pencilers at Marvel Comics? This guy's broken in within the last 5 years at Marvel Comics. Went from nowhere to Marvel. And he told me starting rate is $190 a page for pencils. Which is about what I suspected, but people argued with me and said, oh, no, starting rate is $500 a page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd get excited about $500 a page, I guess.
Would you get excited about drawing a page for $160?
Well, you know, that times 10, that's $1,600 I didn't have. They just have to be happy with me. I mean, I wouldn't want to change something 10 times.
Let me take this from another tack.
Okay.
The approach is you got to do a page of pencils a day. Would you be happy if you were working full time and making $160 a day?
Oh, that would beat my rate when I worked at Avis. But no,
How long does it take to? My point is, how long does it take to do a page?
What is that? Let's say you take
it's $20 an 8-hour page if you can do it in 8 hours. If you can do it in 8 hours,
$20 a page is pretty cheap.
$20 an hour.
Yeah, $20 an hour.
$20. Well, and also think about this. You have to pay your self-employment tax.
Oh yeah, it is.
So you're going to lose a third of it, a half of it.
It is despicable for a skill position. Yeah, no.
Yes. So by the time you're done, if you're making $10 or $15 an hour, you're lucky.
Well, now you know why. Now you know all this complaints about where art is at Marvel right now. They're paying kid rates. They're paying guys that don't care, that are just getting by, and they're got 10 roommates, and
Yes, something like that. I mean, I don't know how people justify that rate for themselves, but. And I mean, I say that, and so of course a wonk out there would go, well, we're not getting under $60 for that page. It's like, well, yeah, but this is a different deal. I'm drawing what I want, and Dan and I are and I don't own this. This is Dan's baby. I think Dan and Kevin's, but I'm doing this out of choice. I'm not doing it out of, oh my gosh, I got to pay the bills.
Yeah. Bill paying is something you got to prioritize. It just occurred to me, the only times you'll see bell sleeve shirts for heroes in comic books butts right up against like the 40s or whatever, Errol Flynn and all that. They just that character design got dropped pretty quick in terms of like showing up. I'm trying to even think. Oh, you know who did a character that had bell sleeves? I did. His name was the Scythe, and I think that's what Dean Mulaney and Cat Ironwood were trying to channel with that character, is to go back to Errol Flynn and have a groovy idea.
Oh yeah. So the idea was kind of you've seen
it was a throwback retro.
You've seen Seinfeld, right?
Oh yeah.
With the puffy shirt or the pirate shirt that, right?
Yeah, and it's all brought into being by Kramer's personality, who says,
they'll just wear the shirt.
Oh yeah, just wear the shirt. Oh, you look great. And all that. He's insisting it looks good.
He's a pirate. I don't want to be a pirate.
Yeah. I tell you what, that Seinfeld's been pretty important to me. That one little dinky piece of advice. He obviously in life has a very, he'll do it with a big smile on his face, but he has very little patience with idiots. It's pretty obvious. He and probably Larry David both. But
oh yeah.
And you know that one girl that come out and says, "Can I have a hug?" And he said, "No." You remember he's on some sort of red carpet kind of thing.
Yeah,
he decided he just wasn't hugging that evening with random people. And you know he's doing it with a big smile. No, you can't have a hug.
Yeah.
But his idea of writing a chain letter to yourself. I've got an unbroken thing for it's over a month now, and it is cool.
Wait, what? Wait, I don't know what this means.
Well, write an X every day that you accomplish.
Oh, that thing. Yeah. Oh, that came from Seinfeld?
Yeah. He said,
I didn't realize that.
Every day that I spend X amount of time writing material, I get an X. And that kept him, nose to the grindstone on being ready. He had his material. It was always churning for a couple of gags, always ready to go.
I feel like if I were a comedian, I would have a notebook that I carried with me everywhere.
Oh yeah. I think that is pretty common.
I think all creative people, and I consider comedians creative, should carry some, obviously if you're an artist, you carry a sketchbook, but I think all creative people should carry something for the moment that inspiration strikes.
Yes, I've got this great little, I'll show off my burnt, freckled arm. I've got this little thing, this little stick is no bigger than what I'm showing people here, hand size.
I can't see it. I need to turn on my YouTube.
Okay, it's all right. It's just no bigger than my palm, and so which would make it about 3 or so inches. And it's a nice little digital recorder.
Oh, okay.
And I could walk around making little notes to myself all the time, but I never use it much. I have used it in a pinch where I had an idea and I wanted to get it down. Well,
you've had it downtown when we've.
Yeah, I used to use my Vaudo all the time, which made a great little impromptu sound recorder and image recorder. And then I fried the board in it with using the wrong USB to charge it. I thought any USB would do for getting a trickle charge into the thing, and I guess not.
Yeah, it wouldn't work, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you could see what I'm drawing.
Oh yeah, you made a.
No.
Okay.
No. I drew a little bit on the trip, like in the hotel room and stuff, but it was. I mean, I was out with people.
Yeah, you gotta hang out. You gotta be social.
Oh yeah. Well, so that's what happened. I don't know if I'm considered management or what. It's kind of weird. In my plant, it didn't make much difference, but up there, it kind of made a big difference. And so, they took us out to eat. Well, one night we went out with a couple of the girls from the office. They took us. That's the office at work, not the. Anyway, they took us out, and we went, and we ended up at this kind of a pub tavern place, and they had trivia night, and so we played trivia, and that was pretty fun, just kind of a hangout kind of deal, and that was cool because I didn't really know these two girls, and one of them is the supervisor for some of the people I'm working with, so that was very good. So the next night they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go here tonight." I said, "Would it be possible to take my people, my group of, the people that I work with?" And they said, "Well," so they were like, "Well, we'll check on it." Well, so then I got called to like the I guess like the plant manager's secretary's office, and she was like, "Well, they have kind of a no management and hourly employee fraternizing.
No mixing. Yeah.
No mixing. And I was like, I was confused because I didn't know what she was trying to tell. She was trying to be nice about it and be real subtle. And so, in fact, I need to send her a thank you note. I was kind of confused. I was like, wait a minute, what do you? And so I said, no, wait a minute, because it was like no salary and hourly. And so wait a minute, I'm hourly. Are you saying I can't?
I'm not supposed to be there.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I supposed to be? Because I didn't have a car. I was kind of. Well,
that might make you walk back.
I know. Well, I could have. It was a mile. In fact, it was So I was like, wait a minute, and she was like, no, you can do whatever you want to do, but if you want to go with your team, you'll have to. And which
you have to ditch them.
Yeah. So I was like, and I wanted to go with the other people, but I was like, you know what? I need to go with I want to go with. And so I went in and I told them, I said, okay, I got some good news. I got some bad news and good news, or bad news, good news. First, the bad news. They have told me, because they're all management muckety mucks, I don't make the cut and I can't go eat with them. I said, but the good news is I stole the company card and I'm taking you all out to eat.
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they did give me the card, a card, but I didn't steal it. She gave it to me. But
that's cool. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't paid for much on this trip. Which, I mean, I was on work trip. I shouldn't pay.
No.
Yeah. Michelle was like,
they asked to drag you along on a trip, give you a per diem for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they didn't give me a per diem. They just paid for everything. Which it's kind of how they do it. But on the way back, I don't think I told you this. On the way back, we go to Tulsa. We go through Tulsa, and we get about halfway. We stop and get gas, and we leave the gas station. We're on the turnpike, so we can't just turn around.
Yeah.
The truck starts overheating. It just gets real hot. And
boy.
And so the driver's like, oh, man, this is starting to get hot. And so he's kind of fiddling with different. It's a big GMC Denali, so it's a big SUV, and it's got all kinds of bells and whistles and stuff. And so he's kind of fiddling with, if you do this, it does this. And so it was like, are we going to make it back? That was I was like, And so he was trying to figure out. Luckily, like, several of the people were very mechanical. I was by far the least mechanical person. I'm not terrible.
And you're a guy who likes cars.
Oh, yeah.
You called yourself a car guy.
I am a car guy, but I'm not a mechanic.
You don't take them apart and put them together.
No, not. But I used to mess with cars a lot, so I know a little bit.
Yeah, back in the day, I found an old timer light. It's like, oh yeah, I'll be using that.
Oh yeah. I bet your truck doesn't need it.
Oh no, it doesn't. No.
Yeah, it probably does.
Just got one laying around the garage.
That's cool. Hey, hang on to it. You never know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guarantee your dad used that thing.
Oh yeah, probably did. He could do anything.
Oh yeah, my dad worked on aircraft, but he didn't really work on cars that much.
Well, Dad probably wasn't. I identified him as that era as working on Douglas aircraft back in the day, but he was probably even then probably working on the elevators at Douglas aircraft. He came off those carriers with that hydro elevator knowledge and just elevators in general, how they worked. What you had to do.
Oh, so he worked on the elevators in the aircraft carriers.
Yeah. Bringing the.
I didn't know that's what is bringing up the. Was that during a war? During the Korean War?
The Korean War.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that. I don't know if you told me that. Yeah,
that's where he got it. And, that's how a little hillbilly from Arkansas gets himself all of a sudden a good union job.
Well, I'm telling you, man. I am convinced that I should have done a stint in the military.
Yep. Oh,
Maybe. I mean,
all
I'm
of us
okay.
should have probably.
Probably. Yeah. You never know what kind of
Unless
skills you pick up.
you're just certain you're a woman, please stay away. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, oh yeah, nowadays, of course, it's half female, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know what the breakdown is, but there's
Oh,
certainly
yeah.
a lot of women in the military.
Yeah.
For no judgment, whatever. I mean,
Oh yeah. Other than we're gonna
well,
lose. I'm just kidding.
well, I got news for you.
That's a judgment, isn't it?
I got news for you. We're gonna lose.
Yeah, we're gonna lose anyway.
Yeah,
Or
but
we
not.
well,
It won't be the women. It will be the lack of will to win. I think as much as anything.
it'll be the people that just give us up, basically. The saying, "Oops, there's more money over to be made over here if we're on this side," and that's the way that'll go.
Yes, unfortunately, I think you're
Yep.
right there. There certainly seems to be a contingent that is like, hey, where's the money? Show me the
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
That's
It's
what I'm
all.
on. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Okay.
but we did get back, and when we got back, there was no coolant in the truck. So I don't know what the
Just
I
barely made it. It
my
sounds like then. Yeah,
well
that's the only thing I know to do is stop, make sure it's cool, make sure it's got water in the radiator, and proceed on. You know,
yeah
coolant, of course, is I think once you get fluids changed anymore, I think that's uh, just something you always get.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't check. I mean, my car goes in enough that I don't check any of that crap.
Yeah. It's like make sure this thing continues to run, please, and I will pay you $1,000.
Yeah. My last time, well, time before last was $1,000.
Yeah,
That turbo car gets expensive,
yeah.
but I knew that buying it that it would not be a cheap car to
Hey,
operate. So,
Daniel's talking money. He says, "Am I getting paid to pop in tonight?" And then he says,
yes.
"Just
No.
kidding." Hey guys. Hey
Hey,
Daniel.
Daniel.
Good to hear you
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Even though
No doubt.
we were claiming we're going to be short timers. We're 8 o'clock, but we started what 7:30 or even after maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if Daniel heard my story, but I just walked in from
Yeah.
Illinois. I mean, literally just walked in. I walked in, said hi to my wife, petted my dog, set up,
Hopefully you got
started
that
the coffee
right.
pot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Petted my wife, said hello to the dog. Well, I bought her chocolates at at one of the stops.
Oh yeah, Stuckies. They
No,
used to have Stuckies. I don't think they do anymore.
no. There's some place in Arkansas that like is a big candy kind of. I didn't want to stop, but the guys did.
That kind of travel, that kind of trip reminds me of the movie Prime Cut, where these New York mobsters, and that's how you do it. They headed for Kansas City to a rival guy, Gene Hackman. It was Lee Marvin and a bunch of other toughs he brought with him. And Gene Hackman's acting up, and he's got to be put in line. So these New York mob guys, they might even have been Chicago, but they head for Kansas City.
Oh yeah,
And it's like, yeah, and they're in a limo, and then by golly, they're there within hours and ready to kick some ass.
yeah. I mean,
I was thinking you were still out of town. Yeah, go ahead.
Who said that? Oh, Daniel.
Daniel,
No,
yeah.
I mean I got in. I just got in, man. I'm glad to be back. What's crazy is I've worked because I'm hourly, so it's like you clock out when you leave the hotel and you clock back in when you get back to the hotel. It's like one night we were out till almost 10 o'clock with the people from the factory. It was a good trip though. I mean, it was really worth it because I manage a group.
Hey,
I mean,
Daniel says page is looking great.
oh, thanks. I'm sorry it's going slow. I need, so I have a question for Daniel. I have a
Okay.
confession too while I'm at it, but I have a question. So I'm getting the script. I had the script in my bag, and I need to ask him.
Yeah. Oh, about
Hang on. Well,
story part.
well, no. So he's gone out of this warehouse that's caught fire. He blew his way out. He comes out and he rescues this guy, and he turns him over to here. And so there's a lady watching, and I think he sent me this, so I feel bad asking. So there's a character that's in the background watching this. Her name is Ms. Chemistry, and I don't know if I have that. I have reference on her, or if he's got a picture of what she looks like. So if he has a picture, or let me know if I need to, what she needs to look like. Otherwise, I'll make something up.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig that name, Miss Chemistry.
Yeah, I didn't mean that's copyright Daniel Johnson.
Okay.
So don't get any ideas.
Now it's spread everywhere. It's like
It's all over the internet. Both of our listeners
Mm-hmm.
have seen it. Anyway, so I have a there's a group of artists that I assign their artwork and I approve it, but I don't really know them, and so I had to go up there and kind of figure out. And there was been a little bit of personality conflict, and so I had to go up there and like talk to people and go, look, we got to what's going on, and we addressed it, I think, and it was a good trip. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I got to like two of the people on the trip were like VPs of the company. So, but they're not stuffy. I mean, one of them gave me a ride home, actually, because I was going to Uber. He's like, nah, man, I'll take you home.
Oh,
And it was
wow.
good. Yeah, it was good. I've known this guy. These are not new people to me. And he was like, oh, man, you're doing a great job. And, it was because we don't, I know him, but we don't interact that much because he's over logistics. So,
Okay, Daniel's going to just describe. You can refer back to the chat here. If you don't take it in, but she's early 30s, 30, 31. Oh, you're looking at the chat? Yeah.
I'm looking at it up there. I can't see the chat.
Average height, slim build.
Is she long hair, short hair, blonde? What does he care? Should I just make her up?
Skull cap? No, I'm kidding. Not him.
Skull cap. Long nose, pointed ears.
I just did that in reaction to her.
Slim build. Okay.
Think Emma Peel. That's what I'm. No, I'm not. I said that.
Oh, see, you got me excited.
I'm sorry, because I've been watching
Avengers
on Amazon.
I quit the comic. Oh yeah, is it amazing? They got the Avengers on Amazon. The real Avengers, not the.
Got all of them.
So while we were there, so yesterday, because they wouldn't let me go with I couldn't go with the upper management to lunch or to supper.
Uh-oh.
So I took my group.
Now you got a complex.
Out.
Go ahead.
That's what I told the guy. No. The guy told me, he goes, man, you did the right thing going with those people. With your, He said that building those relationships makes a big difference.
Sure.
In fact, I got to write a report tomorrow about my trip, and so I'm going to put that in my report about how I opted, rather than go with the upper management, I opted to take some of the artists out, the tool and die department out. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. Thanks, Ella. Anyway.
What? Yeah, I ruined everything.
I'm a little.
You're jet lagged at least. At the very least.
Well, it was all at the same time zone, but yeah.
Yeah.
No. Oh, but anyway, I got to go hang out with those guys. So it was cool because I don't know them, and and like I said, I think there's a little bit of, they're in the room, they're in a small room together, and they, and so it's just like, hey man, let's all, it's just team building.
Uh-huh.
So I gotta put that in my report.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of sounded like she is cute, but not model hot. Okay, we're getting into cup sizes now. All right.
What?
I don't know. Cute, but not model hot.
Okay, I've got it. Hang on. I've got it. I think I've got a drawing. I'll show this drawing, and he can tell me if this is acceptable or not.
I'm right now watching the first time Emma showed up, and it's amazing how instant the chemistry was between her and old Steve. That may be a big part of Patrick McNee's appeal, but redhead usually wears her hair up in a ponytail. I like that. Yeah, ponytails are dynamic.
Oh, okay, I'll do that. So I'll do it, pony. Okay. I'm on it.
There you go.
That's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, Dan, thanks. Yeah, you got this in the chat too for reference, I guess, if you need it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. And I think he may have sent this to me, and I apologize.
Okay.
Not to you.
Oh, okay. I thought, you owe me an apology.
Yeah,
that character in Popeye. You owe me an apology. Wandering around. Olive Oil's dad. I forget what he.
I think I remember Olive Oil's dad.
No, he was the guy that. Anyway, he was constantly pissed off at everybody, and he pretty much had a right to be. He was surrounded by guys like Wimpy and the tax collector, Olive Oil. That's a pretty good movie. I've always enjoyed that little fantasy, and I've always thought of Robin Williams holding off on his great skill and his great love of whopping people, whopping them. And he holds off, though. He's in a new town, but finally he can't stand it no more. And he beats everybody up. Okay, here we go. Not a snappy dresser, jeans and t-shirt kind of girl. She's the kind of girl who doesn't think about clothes. Also has a few freckles. Not a lot. As for cup size, go with a B.
A B. I'll have to Google that.
Oh
no, I'm kidding. Google. I'm not Googling B cup size. I like being married.
Yeah. Why were you Googling B cup size?
No, actually, if I told my wife I was Googling cup size for comics, she'd be like, "Okay, just draw it right."
Yeah.
She doesn't care. I've gone to life drawing. She knows.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Nudes. Yeah, that's what I always say. I'm an artist. That's like a doctor. Next thing to a doctor.
Yeah, exactly. So,
You're not going to bug me with nudity.
Nah. Just take them off.
Yeah, take them off.
It's
for work, dear. Yep.
What's the weather going to be like tomorrow, Ellis?
I don't know. I was going to beg off, for the sake of a cheeseburger. I don't think I'll check the weather, though. I don't think I will hang out tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm feeling more like just goofing.
I may not. My problem is I don't know how long. It's her work here. My real problem is I don't know how long I'm gonna have to work.
Yeah.
Because I've got. I literally clocked in this morning. I had 39 hours. Well, I'm traveling, or I'm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get a lot. They know that. But but I don't want to stay any later than I have to. But I have to catch up on some stuff. I got things I got to do.
Here's the weather report: 90 degrees,
No, jeez.
24-degree. I guess does that mean humidity or 24-degree chance, 24% chance of rain? Yeah, it says partly cloudy, maybe, and then it's also southeast at 14 mile an hour. It'll be a nice breeze, but it'll be hot and muggy tomorrow. 90 degrees. Oh my God! Saturday we begin. It's 100 degrees supposedly Saturday. Oh my God! Please don't be 100 degrees solid all the way through July. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. I don't know if I can live through that again.
Well, I hope you can.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you something.
Okay.
Because I've been thinking about this. We've talked about this, and I don't know if you're truly interested in. Do you blame? Yeah, it's Daniel's fault.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Everyone needs it. Well, I can Ellis is closer. I can blame Ellis.
Yeah,
she
blame
knows
me.
Ellis. So, are you interested in the my Richard Corben books, art books?
Why you wanting to sell them to me?
No.
Which ones have you got? You've got the one that's got his process in it. That is pretty good, isn't it?
I've got
that
these
one
two.
there. Yeah.
1 and 2, art book and art book volume 2.
Wow, those are nice. Yeah.
So, I know that I would never say, Ellis, you should buy these off me. Here's the price. But I would be willing to trade these for your Fabriano sketchbook that you've got filled up.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's fair.
That sounds like
a
deal.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you could sell the Fabriano sketchbook for online. I mean, I think you could sell
I don't either. I don't think
but
of that sort of thing at this point. That I've scanned every one of the things in it at some point or other. So I'm happy. Yeah,
Okay.
That sounds like a real good trade.
Okay, because it doesn't cost me any money, and it doesn't cost you any money. You get something you want, I think.
Yeah.
And and I mean that way, I don't think either one of us will be like, I got hosed.
No. I don't even think about that sketchbook. It's sitting there. I think I pretty much filled it up, but the quality of some of the sketches. You were around when I did probably 50% of them at least. And I had those things at the zoo and a few other sketches. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I just think it would be cool to. Well, first off, I like seeing artist sketchbooks.
Yeah. I
think it'd be cool to have it. It doesn't
Plus,
seem to hold.
I'm probably about to die. The thing will shoot up in worth. No. It is better that it has a life beyond me. Anyway, I like the idea that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I am younger than you.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that does mean that I will probably someday have that as and it'd be something I would keep forever,
Yeah.
And it just seems like, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I have a couple pieces of your art that I've purchased from you in the past, and there are a few other friends, not very many, but there are a few that I have art of. But I like seeing an artist's sketchbook, and I like the fact that you take notes in it, and it's I know that it's got a map of gravelly or too gravelly or whatever, and to me that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so if you're willing, I would like to trade that. I'm not in a hurry for it.
Okay. No.
I
dig having a couple a little more. What were you going to say? What were you talking about before I interrupted you? Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if tomorrow's the day.
Okay.
But let me. I mean, it depends on how late I have to work. I don't want to just be like, hey, here, knock, knock. I'm here, Ellis.
Oh, you're talking about showing up and doing it, instead of meeting downtown. Okay.
Well, yeah, maybe we put it off. Well, of course, the problem is it's only get hotter from here.
Oh, yeah.
The odds of either one of us going down there. Why don't I do this?
Okay.
Because I haven't looked at the.
You can come by if you want to.
I'll take them with me to work, And if I'm like, oh, it's too hot to go downtown, I'll shoot you an email, or I'll
Well,
I'll let you know.
what do you imagine your time would be? About 12 or 11 or something like that?
Probably 11. If I
Okay.
go to your house, I'll probably go to Half Price Books first.
Okay. I'll try to make sure I'm home at 11 because I usually get my walk in, but I'm fairly often showing up back home at noon or after.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, I'll send you. What time do you leave for your walk?
Well, I'll try to just roll out pretty quick about 9 o'clock, and
I will.
it wouldn't hurt me a bit if I would skip coffee for once. That'd be good. That'd get me out about an hour early.
I will send you. I'll know in the morning because I just want to look at the weather, and I'll either say, I think I'm gonna go downtown. The Green Reaper.
The Green Reaper. You got that wrong. If you're channeling John D. McDonald, that's Green Ripper. That's what a child. That's what a child heard when she was told about the Grim Reaper.
Oh, okay. You know what's
Grim
funny?
Reaper.
I got that book, but I've never read it. I remember it's one of those paperbacks that. Oh, closer than this. This is what he's looking for. Okay.
Can I get a close up of Miss Chemistry? There we go. Oh yeah, sure. I'll give you a full screen if you want it.
Okay. Oh, here.
Solo layout. There it is. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure enough. Yeah. I tell you what were we talking about on the great Ramita in terms of like beautiful girl art.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, he's got it. He's got his. He's made his notes on everything you leave out in a female face, and he just did it perfectly. And they were just nailed. Just the features, the balance that goes into, and it doesn't matter if and Kirby was the same way. His females were all based on formulaic things he'd worked out for himself, and of course Romita did better Beautiful Girls, but Kirby did his version of Beautiful Girls. They were all they were all based on.
Kirby had a little bit different taste.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He preferred kind of a beefy gal, the kind of a. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Taste is taste.
Cheekbones that went more toward a little Hungarian like Zsa Zsa. Yeah.
Yeah. He was more the Gina Lola Bridget type.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, hey.
Where was Kirby in the war? I forget what his theater
Italy.
was. Yeah.
But he was married.
Yeah.
But I think, you met his wife, didn't you?
I did. And she was really cool. I dug because basically I think Kirby just couldn't draw at that time. And so she disappeared and came back with this stuff that was signed by Kirby supposedly, and gave us all a little memento. Sent out for pizza. It was basically his Thousand Oaks lifestyle, I guess. Which I think he probably dug. The move to California. I assume he did. I don't know. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I kind of went in and refined a little bit with a mechanical pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I gave her. And my idea is in the script, she's kind of behind him, but she is like highlighted, and that's kind of why I did the light like that. So it's kind of like, and I figure maybe like when Kevin inks it and colors it, he can kind of knock these figures in front out and do them kind of like in a gray, and then maybe do her in full color or something.
Mm-hmm. Hey, my note on her and her hair would be, when you pull hair back for a ponytail, that's when you can reveal just the skull shape. Don't go.
Don't make it too puffy.
Yeah, don't puff it up a little bit. You can go off right there and really give her just a perfect little skull. When was the last time you talked to Doug Tenaple or Ethan Nicole? Ethan and I never were on any sort of big, how you doing there, pal? He was just, Doug is that kind of, he is the center of all that kind of thing. We're all just spokes. We all just connect with Doug. And Doug, last thing I did on Locals was I left him a note that he liked. He gave me a like on something where he was showing off a new thing where he was, Photoshop, very extreme, not even animation, just like he was storyboarding stuff. He was storyboarding his a rant basically, and it was a good rant. And at one time, and he mocked me. I went to this great elaborate thing of sending him a nice email on how to do Photoshop layer comps for that sort of thing, to where you very quickly could produce files that were using things that you changed in layers, in layer comps, because I saw it in a storyboard tutorial. And he was like, uh-oh.
Oh, is it thundering?
Yeah, thundering, and I just lost my signal. I don't know how long we're going to last here, Scott, but I may have very well lost everything. In ring power save mode. Well, I'm done with having a monitor. I've got to get that booted again.
No, do I need to let you go? I mean, I think we're still doing. I see Daniel says maybe give her a hoodie. I can do that.
There you go.
Yeah, she's like John Fetterman.
Yeah, there you go. I'm going to have to.
It's not a pullover hoodie.
It's going to take me a long time to get out of this thing. So you can.
Do we need to go? We've been going almost an hour.
Yes, I think we have been. That's just instinct on our part to babble for an hour. There, it came back. Okay. Oh, look at that! See, it even knocked out all my little links. I've got my little logo going and pulsing. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have video now, so.
Okay. Well, at least it looks like I stayed having audio. Okay, we're out of here before we get permanently shut off.
Totally knocked off. Hey, yeah. Hey, thanks, Dan, for your patience and your guidance and your help, and thanks everybody for putting up with me being late.
Oh, yeah. Give her a Gwen type of hoodie. Stay safe, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.